Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday, happy hobby day, first of the month, and all that other crap. Welcome to Ravensruck Miniatures, our normal Monday night hobby hangout. The best hangout on the CWG network on a Monday night. Just putting that out there. It's a hangout, nothing else. Yeah, so hopefully you've all had a great weekend. I can see a few of you popping up in the chat already. It's great to have you all here, guys. Just try and mix it up and get me a little bit of a bump out at the start. So the CWG, sponsored by the one and only Broken Toad, the best brushes in the world. If you're in the market to get some, I highly recommend them. A painter like myself, who's average at best, can turn out some good work using good brushes, then just think what you guys can do. So that's my little bump from that. But yeah, I hope you're all well. Hope you've all had a great weekend. Had an absolute smashing weekend. Got to head over to Murfield Miniatures and had a game with Pickle from the Pickle Jar. Obviously, Pickle from the Pickle Jar. I should have paid attention to Normsky off the Discord network and not gone with a 2,000 point army, because my head was absolutely battered with all the rules and stuff like that. It was my first ever game, so if you can learn from my mistakes, start off with a 500 or 1,000 if you really want. I just wanted to get all my new models, my big models out there, and don't get me wrong, I had a great time. It was absolutely brilliant, but it was going on for I think we've been like playing for like nearly 4 hours, and we'd only got to turn 3. So it was a lot to take in. So hopefully in the future, well, I say hopefully I will be doing in the future, I'm going to get a few 500 point games, 1,000 point games, and build from there really. But I am now 40k. I played a 40k game, and I actually have a Space Marine Codex now to go with my Raven Guard one, because I didn't know you needed one. But yeah, got all that done, and my Night Haunts, I traded them in at Murfield. If you're ever over that way, I highly I couldn't recommend it enough. It's so brilliant, and Mark there is doing a fantastic job, and you know, the community, it was absolutely rammed when we were there. The shop had been absolutely smashed, and I still managed to get quite a good bit of bargains. Like I said, I traded in my Night Haunt. I got roughly about 120 £120 trading on that. So I come away with a little bit of cash, but then obviously I was there. I had to, you know, making my first CWG pilgrimage to Murfield, I had to come away with something. So I'll just quickly show you guys some of the bits I did get. So I got the Morvine Val Sister, which is for a kit bash. More to come on that at a later date, and I couldn't come away without getting some squigs. So I got some. Finally started on my 40k orcs. So I got the squig boys, and then it was just more nostalgia really, some really old models and stuff like that. One that caught my eye, I'm not really an Eldar player, but I just really liked, I think it's not the Wraith Knight, it's the one a little bit smaller. I got that one, and that was like £8, something like that, which is nothing for a model like that. What else did I get? I got Khan the Betrayer, is it? Chaos dude. Really nice model. And one, I'd been in the shop a couple of times, and for some reason I hadn't seen it, and when I was a kid growing up, my local GW store never had them in. I asked them to get them in, and they every time it come in, it'd sell before I could get in. And the old corn berserker on a juggernaut. I mean, just look at that beauty. That's an absolute beast. It weighs an absolute ton as well, because it is the proper metal version. But yeah, come away with lots of good stuff. Had a really great day. So if you're ever over that way, please just pop by. Let them know that you've, CWG's recommended them and stuff like that. But yeah, so let's have a quick look in the chat before it starts going off the chain, as they say, as the kids are saying these days. So Ravens Rock Miniatures coming in first, as always. Only joking. So first in we've got Mr. Smith. Love you, Phil. Big loves to you too, Rich. Hope you're doing well, pal. Mr. Normski, just been talking about you, brother. Well, no one here yet, slackers. Yeah, everyone's probably having the tea. Ash Sharple's coming in. Good evening, Ash. Hope you're well. Mr. Robert Evans, affectionately known as Superfly. He's popping in all the way over from the US of A. I hope you're well. And we've got Mr. Mythos in the chat, everyone. Mr. Frost and Fists. Hope you're well, my little Texas brother. I watched the show at the weekend, watched it on Saturday morning once I got over to Murfield. I did get a little bit early, so I was sat in the car waiting for it to open, so I was watching the show then. It's a really, really good show, as always. And, popping in right at the end, sneaking in there, Mrs. Pirate Queen Pickle. The queen of of miniature building now, because she's virtually finished. The queen of the swishy swirlies. So, it's hands down the worst model I have ever built. It's an absolute pig to build, but it was really, really good to paint, I should say. And we've got Nightbot popping in. Oh, Mr. Evans, you've had a warning. Nightbot's on one again for some reason. Oh God, I hope it's not doing this again. It started putting Scroggy in the timeout last time. Yeah, piece of cake. Stop spamming caps. Don't spam caps. Sorry, guys. And we've got Mr. Essex. Everyone's popping in now. We've got Essex boys popping in. The king of Orky kit bashing. And I've got a surprise to show. I wasn't going to show it on the show, but I'm so excited with it. I'm going to switch to the other camera so it's a bit of a better view. So we'll just click on here. So tonight we're continuing with our Scumdreck. Just before we do that, so like I said before, over on the CWG network, Normski has come up with an absolute awesome idea of kill team, but you can have any model, any weapons, and I believe he said we were running it a bit like Space Hulk sort of thing. He's in the chat, so he'll probably correct me if I'm wrong. So I wanted to do an Orky kill team sort of thing, but because the sky's there's no limit, I should say, I bought this and I've made it a little bit Orky. I've shown Normski in the Discord earlier. I got it built up when Pirate Queen Pickle was doing her live stream the other night, and I've been busy painting away a little bit. It's not finished yet, there's still quite a long way to go on it, but I've got a grot riding in it. Let's try and get this light a bit, just so you can. So you can see he's got his little foot pegs and all these wires going into him. And then I've cut out some little orc symbols, shields, and it's just absolute bonkers. But I had the best time with it. It was so unreal. Yeah. So we shall be cracking on tonight with Scumdreck. Just catch up with chat. That puts telling people off. Yeah, you were a bad boy, Mr. Evans. And we got Andy Allen popping in. Good evening, Quingo. I hope you're well, pal. Long time no see. Honestly, he's just working on the rules now. Well, hopefully we can jump in a hangout after the show and see what you've come up with. So really looking forward to that in the new year. Something a bit quirky and a bit different. Oh, just get some of my coffee and we'll get some tunes on the go. Let's see what we can find this week. Hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. We've just got a little bit of a happy playlist apparently. It's going to be more like a cross between Killtree and Malifaux actually. Alright, okay. So it's Malifaux. So hopefully the music's not too loud for you guys. Just gives a shout in the chat if it's too loud and I'll crank it down a little bit. I've got Mr. Scroggy Painting popping in. Good evening, pal. I hope you're well. Right, so first of all, I want to get a little bit of a wash on this yellow so it's done ready, and it'll dry pretty close to when we're done with the next step. Let's get my glasses. So over at Avaland Sunset, and we'll just come in with a Seraphim Sepia wash. Just grinds it right down. This little technique was shown to me by the one and only Mr. Essex Boys, who's in the chat. I've been telling people about it, well. Telling them anything orchid to come and see you. Nice quick coat. It will darken down a little bit. Slap it on there. Currently building that lizard. Yes, Roggy, get it done. Can't wait to see what you cook up with your one. Touch of infinity, is it, Mr. Ormskip? Well, they're all new to me anyway, so at least with it not being till New Year, we've got plenty of time to go over rules and everything. Oh, can't wait, it'll be awesome. Right, so that's that little bit done. Sorry, I was away for a few minutes behind the screen. It's an awesome looking grot dread. Yes, dude. I thought you'd appreciate that. I did put a picture of it up in the chat on Discord earlier, but it was unpainted from this morning. I was still adding bits to it, and yeah, I think I've upset a few people, screaming heresy at me. But it's orcs, it's what they do, isn't it? They nick bits off everything else and stick it on. And we've got Lupus Carnis popping in, lurking as always. Good evening, I hope you're well. Right, I'll come in with snakebite leather. Yeah. I don't want to be using my broken toe brushes just yet because it's contrast paint and I don't want to mess them up. I'm just using these cheap and nasty ones I got off Amazon. Rain done, and any other straps will be in the snakebite leather contrast. This model as a Beast Boss squig. What, the lizard is a Beast Boss's squig? That'd be awesome to see. If there's anyone that can pull it off, Essex, it'd be you. It's on camera. Just want to move my cameras around a little bit. I keep forgetting where the middle of the camera is on the screen. So is anybody else working on anything tonight? Just let us know in the chat. You're just chilling, hobbying, or you're just here to lurk and chat away. All good. Nice to see so many of you here helping, support the channel in watching and hopefully liking and subscribing. It's really good. And it's one of my favourite nights of the week, this, to get my live stream, get to talk to you guys. I really do enjoy it, and hopefully we're building on something. So Carnis is working on 30k wolves, in brackets still. Nice to see a picture of them at some point. Well, you guess what I'm working on? It's still sandbags. Oh, you managed to get some clay then, because you'd stopped working on your sandbags because you were out of clay the other day. I've got these ropes coming under here. Get these in the snakebite as well. on my rules and my squad. That squad, I see you put the pictures up earlier, Nomsky. They're looking really, really cool then. If they're anything like your mortifactors, they'll turn out absolutely sick then. I love the little custom weapons that you've got for them as well. On a smock or ATM, wait, wash to dry. The actual boss squig I will use to pull. Ah, oh yeah, that'd be. Oh, now I get what you're getting at. So like the kill rig for the 40k, and have that pulling it. Oh, that'd be mental. That or two of the Trogoths, where you have the Trogoth where it's under like the bucket. If you had like two of them, so it was like a horse and carriage thing. Oh no, I'm giving ideas away now. But no, that'd be awesome. That I did see someone kit bash one. I think it was at eBay Miniature Rescues. He'd done it. The Trogoth, but used a is it Caradon Overlords? One of the hot herblings. He used the case for that as the carriage on the Trogoth thing, and that just looked absolutely mental. It was really, really cool actually. I've done little kit bashes like that orc I showed a bit earlier on, but nothing on a grand scale like that. It's just crazy. Some amazing people on here tonight. The Army Force, everyone's come out of the woodwork tonight, pal. We're very humbled to have them all here as well. Awkward trying to get into there with that cage in the way. We got Spud popping in. Oh, wait up, the moderator's here. Good evening, Spud. I hope you're well, pal. Hope you had a nice driving lesson. Hope it all went well. Oh, that Mr. 40k Spud. He is Mr. 40k, isn't he? I'm catching him up now because I've played a game. Hey! Actually got my first game of 40k. I was so buzzing with it. And then this Thursday, actually, I've got my first game of Age of Sigmar, which I'm really looking forward to as well. I get to play with my orcs. So I've got to do my list for that yet. Just confirm how many points we're using, or whatever it is they do in Age of Sigmar. I don't think on the campaign, I don't think it is power, I think it is a point scheme instead. But hopefully I've got enough of my orcs. I've got my hard boys and a couple of other bits. So if need be, it might just be a couple of nights up late painting till Thursday. I'm off all day Thursday anyway, so I can get a bit done before 6 PM. Finish that and then watch the CWG show. So it's all win. Can't go wrong really, can it? Just making sure I've not missed any other bits. There's one. Where's that go? It's on that side and that side's fine. There's one piece. Alright, so the front friend. I'll hopefully get quite a lot of this done tonight and see how far we get. Just catch up. You guys in the chat, it's going mental tonight. Delicious new person question. Can I kick bash any model as long as it plays by the rules? No caps. Yeah, within reason, I believe so. It depends on, I think, what you're looking at doing. It's mostly about who you play with, although done stories have their own rules. Yeah, see? S6 boy with a 2,000 point game with a 40k today, go on lad. My head were battered out of mine. And we only got to turn 3. It'd be great to see everyone just, you know, getting along and nattering away in the chat. I love it. Go Grunter, Saigon. We'll go Saigon bread on the wood. Let's get this down. I was looking at me, it's like, where to start from? Bit darker, that's nicer. Don't matter if it overspill onto some of the details that are not painted up yet, because they're going to be metallics anyway. Obviously you don't want to if you can, just to keep it a little bit neat. Struggling to hold the bloody model. Okay, going back to alert mode. Watch try. You lurk away, Carnus, you lurk away. So what did you guys in the chat, what did you think of the Warhammer Day reveals? You excited about any of it? A bit let down? Not really bothered about it? Let's see what you'll think in the chat. Personally, I wasn't let down, but I wasn't overly excited about anything. I think the one thing that stood out more for me was the new, what's he called? The new little Christmas grot, the red gobbo. It's riding a squig. It was kind of like teased on Saturday, and then when I turned on my computer today, it popped up on there. Showed him in all his glory, riding his little squig. I need that model in my life, it's so cool. I missed out the red gobbo last time, and I'm not missing it this time. Yes, went well. I am driving. Yes, but see, soon you'll be able to drive over this side of the mountain. Well, I say mountain, it's more a hill, isn't it? You'll be able to come visit then, dude. I haven't checked the reveals out yet. Check the time cam was first. I plus might get the custards box for a painting change. Red gobble model and the coin case. Yeah, I'd seen something about the Jagged Tank Cairn. I think someone was on about it earlier where they were supposed to reveal Horus Heresy 2.0, but it's been put back to possibly next year, and that there might be a second model for him where he's on his bike, I believe. It's pretty cool. The Primarch models are always the nicer ones. I still need to get the Korax one, really, but I'm waiting to see if they finally do a plastic one. Purely because I don't want to do a flipping resin mini, if I can help it. Top beams, we're going to do them a different colour just so they stand out with the wood. Just looking at this now, so that's quite dark anyway. I'll just keep looking up every couple of seconds, see what's happening in chat. Make sure Nightbot's not told anyone off again. Yeah, I think these beams across here, we're going to do that a different colour. The beams coming up, and yeah, one across the top. It's just these two planks, we're going to do them a different colour. Just work out where around here. Match it side by side. Great, a lot of fun with this one. I'm loving the new ORRUK stuff. Obviously I've not played AOS yet, so obviously that's going to change on Thursday. I've no idea if they're competitive. Well, it doesn't really matter if they're competitive or not. I just want to have fun playing. I don't know, on the Age of Sigmar side, the Orcs seem the best chance of that, really. Just go flipping crazy. Just cause damage and wind people up with it. I don't know, I think that's why I'm getting more drawn towards the Orcs in 40k as well. And that's the other thing as well that I was a bit wound up with at the weekend when we went to Murfield. There's no Orcs. There were no Orcs at all. I think there was some, but obviously been hammered during the week. He's saying because of the like recent influx of people, because of all the like the videos and stuff coming out from Murfield, from all the channels like Joshua Pickle Jar and Benji's Hobbies and Luke from Geek Gaming, that it's gone absolutely crazy. And not that he's struggling, but in a way he is. He said it's like a little bit overwhelming. Like the amount of attention that they're getting. I mean, he's grateful for it, don't get him wrong. It's really good to see. I'll definitely be going again though. I mean, it's only roughly about a 40-minute car drive for me anyway. So I can definitely see myself going over before Christmas, see if I can pick any more goodies up to see me into the new year. See if there's something similar, a bit close, not so, not necessarily like closer, but a bit like my side of the Pennines. We found a little place like that. It's got me thinking to like what else is out there like it. You know, they might not be getting as much as a shout out as they deserve and stuff like that as well. It's always nice to try and find these little places like that. Found with this this contrast that I'm using as well, because it's quite dark, just to add a little bit more detail, I should say, and just do a very light, once it's dry obviously, very light dry brush over the top with a very pale brown. Which one were it I used? Previous Steel Legion Drab, just a really very light dry brush just to hit them high points. Found that worked really well. It'd be nice to, I was just thinking then, no, just painting away, thinking away to myself and ignoring you guys. But if you're still there, obviously it'd be nice popping a little chat afterwards and see what you've come up with. For the rules, dude. as well if he's still about. He's a bit tired at the moment with school being back in. He's a busy boy. A busy little potato, ain't you, Spud? Nice chill day off today. Just enjoying it while I can at the moment, because obviously with Christmas coming up, where I work, there'll be expected compulsory extra day at work and extra hours, which is a bit knackering, but more money at end of the day. Get some more models. Luckily we've got our rotors already, but luckily my extra days are Saturday, so Monday streams won't be affected. Means I get less time off, so I had a nice chill day today, played a bit of the Xbox, and I've noticed that they had released a game which was previously only on the Xbox One X, XS or whatever it is, basically the new Xbox, Enlisted, and it's a bit like Battlefield. But a little bit more realistic. You're running around in squads. Had a blast of that today, chilled out. And got that orc painted up. A little grot in his battle suit. And I get to chill with you guys now and yeah, crack on and get some more of this bad boy done. From my barbells. A bit messy over onto some of this, but like I said before, not really fussed. It's going to be cool metal work anyway. And I've still not made my mind up on the cages, whether just to do them as just normal metallic and just darken them down and then highlight back up, or one more of a rusted feel. I might just go up with the silver, because with it being quite of a dark model anyway, just try and help it stand out a bit, but let's see when we come to it. By the cam being revealed. thought you might enjoy that one, Mythos. So I got Josh Pete. It's been great chatting. I look forward to seeing the beast finish. Thank you very much, Essex. It's great to see you back in the chat, dude. Hopefully get to see you again soon. You take care. If there's anybody watching this back at a later date and you want to get your orc fix, Mr. Essex boys, he's the man to watch. Jump over and give him a sub. Check him out. You won't regret it. It's absolutely crazy, some of the stuff he's done. Beam at the time at the moment, just so that like where I meet from one side to the other, it's still wet, so it's not so that it blends together, I should say. To tie together that little bit more now, which is nice. Trouble is as well, I keep getting lost in the model. I'm enjoying painting it that much. It's like painted away. It's not in a bad way, but forget that you guys are there sometimes. It's like look at it, like, oh no, I've not been talking to chat, and you look up and it's up and gone crazy. I know you said you was building your scruggy. Definitely keep the capture boss off the painting, because it'd be an absolute swine to try and paint round when you're doing all this. A lot of little nails and spikes and everything's coming and highlight back up after on these. Can't wait to see which version you built up, Squirry, because obviously they come in two different versions, don't they? They've got the armoured head one and unarmoured. there's two different catcher and snatcher boss thing. I can't wait to see Essex do that with a killer rig. I don't think you'd be able to use ORRUK's as 40k, but man, it's not so much the ORRUK, is it? It's the beast. I think you're all proxying it out as the squig, so I think it'd then take on the not so much characteristics, but like the rules of the squig, won't it? Swamp boss with the open mouth lizard. Is it the same? Like with the armour on? I'm sure this is the open mouth one, the one that I did. Clint does amazing. He does absolutely mind-boggling work. I remember when we was all meeting up for Josh's birthday, and we was going Warhammer World playing Blood Bowls. Right, what Blood Bowl team do I want? And I looked through, right, found my Blood Bowl team. Like, right, what schemes can I do? And I looked online. I kept seeing these little blue snotlings coming up. I thought they just looked so cool. So I ended up copying them in a way. Put my own spin on it, so obviously it weren't a direct copy. They were just blue, a different colour of blue. I think it was a shade darker, but got to Warhammer World, we're playing away, and I was on the next table to Essex. He pulls his team out and his little blue snotlings, and it was the exact same ones. I'm like, no way. It was him that had like inspired my ones in a way, so it was really cool. Definitely something to talk about on the day. It's so nice meeting up. Same on Saturday at Murfield. We got to meet two of the guys off the network, Hawk and Snuggle Plus or something like that. I can't remember his exact name on the Discord. Had a good natter. It's nice to actually put a name to a face to a name. Clean before we use the next brine. That's rust and cages and just keep it from getting too dark and use the rust. Bush dried pigments from Vallejo, similar colours that cheap non those carbon pencils. Yeah, I've got a rust, riser rust that you just use as a dry brush. I'll probably just darken it down and see where it goes from there, then if need be, rust it up. Just want to see how it looks at first, and then probably go from there. So here's our next brown. Which is the Gorgrunter fur. It's a bit more orangey. So it should look nice against the orange, against the yellow. Probably end up doing 2 coats just to darken it down that little bit, and then probably a little bit of Agrax over the top. Another brown on there to mix it up that little bit, and then it's literally the Steel Legion drab for all the banding and straps, and the metalwork, and we're pretty much there. Obviously the metalwork's a lot a lot on this. Probably be we've all been going just over an hour. Let's see how far we can get. Definitely not going to get it all finished tonight, but we're starting on this wood. It's a lot of colour down. Said before, I want to get this one done just like I did with the Killer Boss on Gnashtooth, all on stream with you guys, just because I had an absolute blast doing it. So I would have missed a little bit on the other one. Saigon. This is Saiga fur. Where's it gone? There at the front. While that's drying, we will make a start, I think, on the metallics. We'll just make a start on the helmet at the front and just carry on and see how far we can get. Show you a Hangout. Easy now, how do Kev? Popping in sneakily before the stream. I hope you're well, brother. You all ready for your playthrough tonight? Looking forward to seeing that one. You've still not got your little Necron wizard dude. I don't know his name. You know which one I mean. This bit, 'cause I'm right next to the bloody skin here. I don't want metallics on the green skin. No playthrough tonight, waiting for the Necron Lord first. What are you doing tonight then, Kev? Is it just a chat and a paint, a little hangout? I've got Kez G20 popping in. Yes, Phil. Hello, Kieran. I hope you're well, pal. That you've not missed me at work. Going to be a hobby catch up. That would be nice. Let's see what you're doing, Kev. Will treat me an hour at naught. Good evening, Rich. Mr. Spray Black Studios popping in. I hope you're well, pal. Thanks for taking the time out to join us, dude. His little blue eyes are proper popping against this now with the green and the silver. Obviously once it gets darkened down quite a bit, it'll show up a little bit more. Of course not, been nice and peaceful. That'll change tomorrow, dude, don't worry. I had thought to use salt to look my pigment in. There's something that I've it's something I need to try actually. So it's like all these little pigments and stuff like that. I literally just use contrasts, paint, bit of Null oil, or mainly Agrax. I've got a few dry brush paints, but it's all the CWG ones. I don't really try. Bits like Vallejo and P3 I've heard of. A little bit of a shill in that respect, where it's just awesome. Games Workshop paints. I definitely need to branch out and definitely like pigments and stuff like that. Especially with like weathering and stuff. to go now. Once that undercoat starts disappearing, so it's time to go nicely. Last few colours that'll and washes, and then it'll pull absolutely every last little bit together. Well, I thought it'd be a bit more daunting painting the larger models, especially like the beasts, these ORRUKs. I went absolute blast with these ones. The next one I've got, actually, I'm really looking forward to as well, which is the mouth of Mork, the big vulture. I'm really looking forward to getting started on that one. Just a smaller brush on this next bit. As for these smaller details, the annoying thing to as well with this, because it's that big, I mean, look at the size of the bloody base on it, there's no painting handle that you can just spin around that's big enough. Well, not one that I've seen anyway. That would really come in handy, especially on something this big. This on his collar and this whole piece here. I think that might be it for tonight, I'm afraid. Let's see how we're getting on. New paint handle, out on Saturday can take that base. Well, it's a bit late now, isn't it? Swines. It's as if they knew. Mind you, it'll come in handy when I do the vulture then. It's still only got me the normal GW one. Not the one that's shaped like a butt plug though. Your G one. Might have to see how much that new paint handle is. I nearly did pick up the advent calendar. If anyone's seen that comes out with the little chibis in it. The advent calendar for Christmas. And then I seen the price of it and put it straight back down. They were like 60 quid. And I knew. But then like there's 24, 25 chibis in it and they're roughly about 6, 7 quid each, I think. Well, some of them are anyhow. Obviously some are a bit rarer than others. Or harder to find, I should say. Can't get to that bit. Got it. Aha. Can't hide from me. Side. It's an old railroader trip. Watch some talcum powders weathering. Way before my time. Starting to come together really nicely now. Really happy with that. Let's get some of it brown. Oh, and these bloody glasses off, they start hurting after a bit. So, let's get rid of that light. There we go. A bit better. So, yeah, we've got quite a bit done tonight. A lot of the woodwork's done and stuff like that. So, hopefully next week, jump on to the rest of the metallics. Bit of colour onto the hair and stuff, little bit furry bits that it has got on it. Basing, and then we're pretty much done with that one. So, hopefully we can get that one finished next week. Then we can start moving on to the vulture. Really looking forward to that one. As always, guys, if you've enjoyed yourselves, if you're watching this back and you know you've enjoyed yourself or you want to help the channel, please just liking, subscribing, tell your friends. It all helps out a little channel like myself. It's much appreciated. So that's it from me tonight. Over on the Hobby Corner on the CWG network, Kev's got his. It should have been a playthrough, but I believe he said he was doing a hobby catch up. So go check him out, help support that. Wednesday You got the pickle jar over on his channel at 8 o'clock as always. And then also Thursday, the main guys, Essex. I've got Essex on the brain now. Always cock this up, always. You've got Elston and Spud on the CWG, the greatest non-stop wargaming show on the internet, so go check them out. And then you've got Kev back on Friday doing his hobby hangout, so don't forget to go check him out as well. And then UK time at 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, you've got Mythos and Freak doing the Frost and Fish show. I got it right this week. Shout out to them guys, doing an awesome job over there in Texas. Keep up the great work, guys. Definitely worth checking out. Obviously, if it's too early in the morning for you, like, subscribe, and just watch them back the next morning. It's really, really worth the watch. So yeah, so now I'm starting to waffle. So without further ado, I shall end it here. Hopefully see you all again next week, guys. Thank you very much for coming and keeping me company and keeping the chat going. I love you all. Thank you and bye.